everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about my second year of university. Putting it bluntly, it's probably been quite a disaster to be honest. Second year definitely didn't go anywhere near as what I expected it to, with COVID and all. So yeah, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. In my first year of university, we went into the first lockdown. So I missed a big portion of student life, really. I moved into my new student house in September, and from the get-go, really, I didn't really feel comfortable in that house. There had been loads of things that had gone on previously to that, and just in the house that made me quite unhappy. Online learning was definitely quite an interesting aspect of university, and socialising was quite difficult because you didn't want to go out and break the rules. Sometimes you felt like you were breaking the rules even though it was allowed. I was really lucky I was able to do the dive portion of my course that I actually missed in my first year of university. So when I should have been doing my second year diving, I was actually doing my first year. Second year learning was definitely more interesting than first year. We got to do a magazine article, and we were also doing a video as well as a portfolio. My portfolio images I called it #Cornwall. I wanted to focus on Instagram and doing like Instagrammable photos and finding Instagrammable locations in Cornwall, and that was really fun to do actually. I really enjoyed just going out and finding new places to go, especially when I didn't enjoy living where I was living. I will definitely say now I really regret not living in Falmouth for my second year. I'm going to be living in Falmouth when I go back in September for my third year. I am so excited for that. I've got new people that I'm living with and they all seem really lovely, and I'm really looking forward to actually, you know, having a good social life. So yeah, first term wasn't that bad. It was just really difficult with the online learning stuff. Our lecturers had pre-recorded the lectures, we'd have to watch them and then go to the live sessions to talk about them. I'm one of those people that really can't, I don't learn off a screen. Most of my GCSEs in terms of English and maths, I was watching videos all the time in the hope that I would actually learn something, because I didn't really learn anything at school. I was put in a top set English group and I was getting 3s. I wasn't passing, which I think is quite worrying for a top set group. And the school did nothing about it, so you know, I was quite lucky to get a 4. This whole year really has been very difficult, and I know that it's not me that has found it really difficult. There are so many other people, loads of other people that I know are planning on deferring a year. Some people are deferring, some people thought about it and decided not to. And in terms of seeing my friends as well, it's been so difficult because when I've been down in Cornwall, some people have been at home, some people have been living with their boyfriends and girlfriends at their university because they don't need to turn up for lessons and lectures. When we went into, I think I mean, some people class this as lockdown number 2. I class it as lockdown number 3 because we had that like weird one in November. But when we went into lockdown number 3 at the start of this year, some of my friends were at university, but obviously we were in a lockdown, so it's quite difficult. So up until March I was at home really. And then when I decided to go down, we were doing our second year diving, which I again am very lucky I was able to do that. My second year trip got cancelled. We were supposed to go to the Red Sea, and obviously that didn't happen. I don't know if we're ever gonna go on that trip. I'm really hoping that we can do it next year, but it's a case of organising it, and we haven't really heard much from the university. So yeah, so when I went back in March, because of the assignments we were doing, we had to do a film assignment, and everybody was filming theirs at home. So by the time I'd finished filming and gone down to uni, people were still filming. A friend, Amy, was coming and going from Bristol. She was quite busy doing her film project as I'd already finished mine. Harry and Peter, my other friends, were up in Sheffield. doing their film projects. So when I did go back in March, I was quite stuck in a house that I didn't want to be in, and a lot of my friends weren't there, and then my friends from back home were obviously at university as well. So it was quite difficult, and in terms of socialising, I felt really bad if I was going out socialising because you really weren't supposed to be. I found it really difficult to actually get out of bed some days and leave the house. I'd go a week without leaving the house, and maybe the only time I'd actually go to do anything was to go to Asda to get some food. I definitely really have struggled over the last couple months, and I think that's reflected in myself through social media. I know, you shouldn't have to rely on social media. I've found social media quite mentally draining. I've stopped enjoying making videos because I haven't had anything to record, So I have a lot of hope riding on my last year at university, because if it doesn't go well, I'm going to be very, very upset. I'm just going to say that now. In terms of this course, I guess you could say I am disappointed because it's not gone the way it was planning on going. If coronavirus hadn't happened, I would have had an amazing university experience, but because of this, it's just kind of been ruined. I've actually spent more time at home than at university in the last 2 years, and I find that really, really sad actually, because there's a lot of things that I regret, but also it couldn't have been helped because I've not been there. I think the whole living situation hasn't helped as well. I probably could have still had a decent time if I was living somewhere I was happy. And it is really sad because in first year I did have an amazing time, and I just absolutely loved being in Cornwall. But this year I just couldn't wait to get back home, which is kind of sad. But hopefully I've got a new place to live that's actually in Falmouth, a 7-minute walk from the beach. Just hope the weather's going to be good for the next year. If not, I will be sitting on the beach in the rain eating my sandwich. I don't care. There's not overly a lot of positive things I can tell you about my second year of university. I just thought I should update you all on it and just be a bit real, because it's not been perfect, it's not been amazing, it could have definitely been a lot better. There's been a lot of times where I've not actually been informed properly from the university of what's going on. People don't really know whether they're coming or going. It's been really difficult, and it probably doesn't help that I'm one of those people I can be an extrovert, but I'm also very much an introvert as well. So where I don't really like going out in the evening, I just haven't been doing any socialising at all, where there's obviously lots of people like to do things in the evening, studenty wise, as I would much rather sit at home and not do anything. And I've really got stuck into that loop of not pushing myself outside my comfort zone purely because of COVID. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go somewhere because of COVID. I have actually had COVID, this new Delta variant, and it hasn't been nice being stuck in your house again with nowhere to go and nothing to do. And it really has kind of opened my eyes and made me think, I don't have to go out drinking all the time because I'm not that kind of person, but I do want to go out more, even if it's just by myself. I'm not gonna let the weather or the fact that I've got no one to do anything with affect, me actually going out and doing something. And again, I'm really, really hoping that my new living situation improves that a lot, because even if I don't feel like going out, I've got other people to socialise with in the house, as when I was at uni for the last year I felt like I had no one. And because I wasn't in Falmouth, I was living in Mabe, I just felt really out of the way. I couldn't just walk to my friend's house and just knock on their door and be like, hi, I want to hang out, because it's like a 15-minute drive. I couldn't just go to the beach just for a walk and sit on a bench somewhere, because I'd have to drive that 15-minute drive to get anywhere. Yeah, it's been an interesting year, but it's opened my eyes a lot. It's made me realise a lot of things, made me realise what I want. It's made me quite sure of myself, and I'm actually at a point where I've stopped taking shit from people. Because I'm sick and tired of it. Yay. But yeah, so rant over. thank you for whoever's actually at the end of this video listening. Thank you for sticking around. So yeah, my second year experience of university was not what it cracked up to be, but hey ho, nothing's perfect, everyone struggled in the last year, and instead of wallowing in my self-pity, I'm just gonna, you know, jump on that horse and hold on for dear life. Yeah, thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed listening to me rant. I'm very, very sorry. I don't really have too much good news on second year, just because for everything it just was not what it cracked up to be. Fingers crossed for third year, let's hope it's a good one, and hopefully all this COVID stuff will start to ease off a bit and we can actually get back to some actual face-to-face learning, because that's what I miss. And hopefully a better student experience and socialising, because I need to socialise. Yeah. So yeah, thanks again for watching this video and have a good week.